So far, we displayed on the screens data from the database, actual contents of columns that we have in our database. Okay, we can see here the order ID, the date, shipped via, ship name. But what if we want to show the result of an expression? Let's say we want to show the day of the week of the order date. How do we bind the control to a result of an expression? So let's do that. Let's create a method here. We'll call it public text get day of week. So what do we have here? First, we can see that we've used public here. Now, we have to use public or internal. Remember, private or protected are for this class only, and public and internal can be seen outside of this class. Now, since we want to use it in our screen, we have to make it at least internal. We can make it public, but internal is the right way to go because we only want to show it in our screen. We don't want to show it into any other DLL. If you want to read more about modifiers, we covered it earlier in Introducing to C#. Next thing we mentioned is the return type. The return type is text and the name, get day of week. Now let's return the result. We're going to say return orders dot order date dot day of week dot toString. Perfect. Let's go ahead and use this on the screen. So I'm going to resize the order date column, resize this text box, and I'm going to drag it using the control key to duplicate the text box. Perfect. And now I can select from this little indicator the value of the data property. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's focus on this. Every control has properties. And a lot of these properties, or all of these properties, appear over here, and I can change the color, the font, the format, anything I want to change, or even the data that it's bound to. This little icon over here opens up a set of properties that we deemed most useful. So you just get the top 2, the top 3, the top 5 properties that you might care about. And in a text box, that would be the data, the text, and the format. So we want to bind this control to, and now we have the data selector. What do we see here? We see our controller, okay, the class where our code is. We see here that we have the orders table and shippers table. We see that we have the application, which is the equivalent of main program. And now we have here the get day of week. Let's select this and run this. And now the day of week is displayed over here. Now, not only is it displayed, it also recomputes. So if I change 9 to 10, it will automatically change to Tuesday. So I'm actually binding this control to an expression, and whenever that expression changes, the value of our control changes. So this is how we use expressions immediately bound to controls. Now, a few things worth focusing on. First, it has to be either public or internal for me to be able to use it on the screen. If it's not public or internal, I will not be able to see it. Second, the return type has to be one of the migrated data types. Date, time, bool with a capital B, number or text. Other return types don't currently appear in the data selector. Perfect. So let's commit this and play with this a little more. So added get day of week.